Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to the That's Some BS channel. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about like the scariest movies that I've ever watched. Because of Halloween and all of that. So, scariest movies that I've ever watched. Let's start off with the first movie. Let me turn my headphones off because I'm like, I don't want to drain the battery and stuff. But, anyways, first scary movie I had to say that really did get to me was Signs. That movie. So for those that don't know of that movie, Signs is this like thriller movie about some aliens. Mel Gibson's in there. The dude that played as Joker, he's in there. I believe a Culkin. I think it's Macaulay Culkin. Yeah, well, it's not Macaulay Culkin, but I think it's his brother is in there, and it's one of them like Culkin brothers and things. But anyways, it's weird saying Macaulay Culkin like, but without the Macaulay part. Like you gotta say Macaulay Culkin. It's like you can't just say like, oh, one of them Culkin brothers. It don't sound right. But anyways, I think yeah, one of his brothers was in there. And yeah, it was. And I think there's one guy that's in there. He's a pretty popular like writer, director, and producer and stuff. But he's like, I think he was the one that killed Mel Gibson's wife, and I can't think of that guy's name. But anyways, but yeah, that was the movie that did it for me. I remember that movie. It scared the life out of me when I was a kid. I had like legitimate nightmares watching that movie. I'm like, bruh, that's one of those movies where I'm all like, I don't know about you. Like now today, I can watch that movie no problems because it's a good movie. And it's like you gotta recognize like when a movie is good. And so, but for the most part, I'm like and that was like why that movie, because I had like nightmares about it and stuff. But they did have like some like jump scares. I was just like oh my god, no. And so, especially in the ending when they were in that basement, bro, it was that the kid's birthday party, and then when Mel Gibson went in that house with the alien like trapped in there, then it like slid its hand out and he cut the fingers. It was them parts that did it for me, and I'm like, nah, three strikes you out. So, anyways, what other movies have done it for me? I do like. I'm not gonna necessarily say that the Annabelle and Conjuring movies like scared me. Although when they showed, so it was, yeah, it was Annabelle Creation, and I remember they showed that scene where I think the girl was like the light bulbs was untwisting and falling and breaking, and then it got to where she was up on this ladder, and then she was like trying to twist the light, and then there was like you see like it was like the demon like thing that's in the movie and stuff grabbed her arm when its arms was like that and it was upside down and it was levitating and slowly, bro, I'm telling you, that scene did get to me. I was like, oh wow. Like, but it was like, yo, this part of the movie is getting good. Annabelle Creation was a good movie. That was a pretty good movie. And I had to say, probably if I did see something like that when I was a kid, like definitely would have terrified me. But anyways, Annabelle is a good movie. That was a movie where on my main channel I was talking about it in one of my reaction videos. There's like my friends Four Souls. They by the way, if you guys haven't, go check out my friends Four Souls. Yeah, they upload some pretty. They just recently uploaded a video of them talking about like all the like scary experiences they had at this house. And I was all like, bruh, like even what they were talking about, it could be a movie and stuff. But anyways, but no, there was a movie that we all like had talked about, like well, at least they talked about, it, and I was like mentioning it in another reaction video to them. But it was this movie called Sinister. Now, Sinister 2 was okay. I did like it because it did add more to the movie. But yeah, Sinister 1 was definitely, that was the movie where I was like, it had me. I've never done that before. There was like a movie I remember I walked out of, and I'll talk about that more so because I hate jump scare movies. That's one thing I'm like, not even on the fact that I'm all like, they scare me every time, but I'm like, I just don't like the fact like that's how you have to scare people. Like it can't be like one of those like naturally like you left me scared type movie. I'm trying to think what movie was like that. And it wasn't even like a situation where it was like, it was just jump scares left and right. I'm trying to think. Was it no, I don't think it was The Visit. Was it The Visit? And it was like, it was like one of those like naturally scary movies. It might be The Visit, where I say like that movie is like, it's like naturally scary. It wasn't like involved on like jump scares and all of that. But anyways, but no, so Sinister, it did like, it was like scary, and then it was like there was some jump scares and stuff, but there's like the things that was happening. I'm like, bruh, this is not normal. And so, I remember when I went to go see that movie in theaters, I went with my family, And I don't know if it has something to do with me wearing this like big, like heavy jacket, but it was like cold outside. So I was like, I got the jacket because I'm like, yo, it's cold and things. But anyways, but I remember I had watched that movie and I was sweating bad. Oh my goodness. That has never happened to me where I'm like, I'm sitting here like doing that. You would have looked at me and thought that I was working out as that whole movie was going on. I was sweating bad. That's a movie that's never done that to me. I've never sat down and watched a movie and was sweating. I'm like, bro, that's not normal. I'm like, that is crazy. And so then the movie that I walked out of, because I'm like, I'm sick and tired of these jump scares. Because I'm like, nah, I remember I had watched that movie and I'm like, it's literally nothing but jump scares. It wasn't even a scary movie. I was just like, okay, it's just one of those movies where it's like you're dealing with the devil and things. You know how many movies I've seen where it's like that and stuff? So, but it was the movie Drag Me to Hell. That movie, I'm telling you, it's an okay movie. Like, it has like a good like story plot, I guess. But at the same time, I'm like, yo, y'all need to chill on all these different. There's like unnecessary amounts. Like, and there is just at times where it's like, why did this jump scare happen? You know, what is this happening for? It's like literally every, like, not even every scene. Well, no, every scene, it was like 5 to 10 jump scares. I'm like, bro, chill on these. So I think it had got to the point where the girl had did the reading, like, you know, like they get the cards and read your hands and be holding it and be like, oh, whoa, I didn't read into your future, you gonna die, like some stuff like that. So I think it got to that point where the dude was reading her, and then you just see like some like devil face. Just, I'm like that. I was just like, I'm done. I'm like, I'm not gonna. So I remember I walked out of the movies. And I was just like, no, I'm not gonna sit here and watch this movie, and it's gonna keep doing that just to scare me and stuff. So I was like, yeah, after that, I was done. I remember I ended up watching that movie because I'm like, you know, when you watch a movie at home, you ain't got to worry about them like jump scares and all of that. So I'm all like, okay, cool. So I'm like, you know, I don't like movies like that. I'm like, that annoys me. And I know people are like, oh, bro, you scared. And I'm like, look, I can watch those movies, no problem. But when you have it where it's like the volume is all the way, it's the loud noise. Like, imagine a movie where it doesn't have those loud noise. Is it gonna scare you? No, because I'm like, I've watched those movies when I've gotten home, and I'm just all like, this movie wasn't scary. It's just them loud noises that'll scare you and stuff. So yeah, I'm scared of like when a loud noise go off, but whatever is going on in the movie, I'm just all like, oh, ooh, like some demon and things. I'm like, all right, cool, but yeah, I'm like, nah, like, come out with one of those, like, type of movies, but, like, the jump scares are, like, quiet and stuff, and then see if people are gonna, because I'm like, that's, if anybody's all like, oh, I'm scared of scary movies, I'm like, no, you just scare them loud noises that go off. Scary movies are not scary. I'm like, you just sit down, because I've been watching scary movies my whole life, and you would think, like, movies, because that was a movie that I hadn't mentioned, that it scared most people, but with me, I was not scared of that movie whatsoever, but, The Exorcist, I could watch that movie no problem, and I've watched that movie numerous times, no problem. And yeah, I'm just all like, I wasn't scared of it. I honestly, I'm telling you guys the truth. I was like, that was a movie I was just all like, huh. All right, I was more so because no, the reason why I wasn't scared of it is because I watched it at a young age, and me, I had like a very like, you know, like comedic like sense of humor and things. So with my like family, like mainly my mom and my sister, when we will all be sitting down watching that movie and a scene happens, those guys would start freaking out. And it was funny to me when they were freaking out like that. I'm like, yo, this is funny. So that's why I'm like, anytime like when I watch that movie, I just more so laugh. I'm just all like, man, it's just funny how them dudes is like, or dudes, my mom, yeah, my mom and sister, them dudes, they were how they were just overall reacting to that. I just more so laughed and I'm like, yo, it's just funny how you guys is carrying on over this movie. But yeah, I'm like, it's hard to like scare me with movies and things. Like I'm saying, like it has to be like a truly like naturally scary movie and stuff. But I'm like, other than that, if it's not naturally scary, I'm like, you're not gonna. And I'm like, and The Exorcist probably that'll go down in history as probably the scariest movie of all time. And that's a movie that like it doesn't scare me. So I'm like, if I didn't watch that and was like saying I'm not scared, then it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna take a lot out of you to like really scare me with a movie and stuff. So anyways, yeah, that has been another video on the That's Some BS channel. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know what movies scared you growing up or what's movies that scared you now. And yeah, I will we can have a little conversation about it. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.